What's up, team? Happy New Year. Just kidding. It's still 2022. Just kidding. Just all lies. But for all intensive purposes, except that one. This is the end. This is the last stream of the year. We've got some recapping to do. We just got catching up to do, you know? We just got a lot of catch up to do. I feel like it's been a while. Well, that's not true. The last stream was a week ago. The gingerbread stream, which... Hold on, let me check. For VOD viewers, we have a bit of an issue. I'm just gonna look now. Yeah, okay. So, listen, I always know that for the Liddy streams that things will happen. And usually what happens is I play music I shouldn't be playing. Now, that did happen. The only difference is that I've never been blocked before. I've never been full frontal blocked. Until I did this one. Because I think I showed it and I played it, Atlantic Records was like, no thanks. No. So I think I have to trim it out and then I can upload it. But what a shame. I got like a whole... It says I have like a copyright strike. Oh. That's all right. That happens. This is broken. Love that. But that's fine. So VOD viewers, VOD frogs, I think are going to have to... You have to watch it on Twitch if you want the whole thing. That's it. What's going on, team? How's everybody? How's everybody's Christmas and Hanukkah? What day of Hanukkah are we in? Are we at the end? Hanukkah. Good team. Team good. Hi, bud. Oh, no. Hanukkah ended 2 days ago. Well, good. Welcome in. It feels like a long day today. I recorded a video, ran straight to work, worked, ran straight back home. We must be close. 2 days ago it ended, so it's all ogre. So yeah, a very long day. I think I still need to go to the grocery store and grocery store and get groceries. I just need like a little bit. I just gotta survive like a couple more days. Because of the holidays, I'm at the point where it's just like, just make it a couple more days and you'll be all right, you know? And you'll reset your routine. But let's get into Christmas. This thing will not hold up. Let's get into Christmas. Let me tell you the Christmas excursion I went on. Because it was not small. Wasn't just like go to parents, chill, have a good time, eat food, rah rah. So here's what happened with Christmas for me. This year we did Christmas at Tessa's in Nanaimo. So she went up before I did, and then I proceeded to come up on Christmas Eve. But I worked Christmas Eve. So on Christmas Eve, I worked 9 to 3. But at the same time, I had to record like extra bits for the Santa tracker because they had the NORAD Santa tracker going on in between, but it was like a once an hour update. So we just needed like a couple of spots each hour to just like bridge those gaps. So originally I'd planned to do it on the Friday night before. And I had brought like all the gear home, and my plan was that the show would end on Saturday at 3, and I would go to the roof to be the eyes in the sky for Santa in town. Now, to break all the mystique of it all, I was going to do it here 2 days before or a day before. But I got everything set up and ready to go. And I was like, you know, I'm just not feeling it. It doesn't feel right. You know, the weather in town had been so chaotic and so all over the place. I was just like, it doesn't feel right. So I take it all down, or I shut it all off, and I'm like, I'll just do it tomorrow while I'm at work. So in the morning of, by like 10 o'clock, I'm awake, and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. And like, I feel better, and I start rolling through, and like, it was a good thing I did it at work, because it was auto fading out my breaks, my cut-ins. Like the last 10 seconds, you'd hear me be like, and hopefully the next update will come soon from NORAD. I was like, oh, well, that's not good. If I did that at home, I would have not looked to see that it just like played like regular, because I would just assume that it would. So being at work was really nice, because I could work on the iPad, record on the iPad, go over to the big computer, and then take the break and the commercial and line them up correctly so it doesn't fade out. So that was good. I felt more in the groove of it. I was like, hell yeah. Boom. Knocked that out in like, 2 hours while still doing the show at the same time. But I felt way better about it. I could like hear them, and I wasn't trying to be too picky. And there wasn't like spots like you need to do one here and do one here because NORAD comes here. It was just like, just do where you want. Like 1 to 2 an hour, whatever feels right. So I was kind of doing that. And I was listening to all of these like NORAD breaks, like all of these special bulletins, to figure out how that would encompass into mine and how like it could work in between. And I had a little bit of a struggle because the last one is at like 7:15. And it doesn't say that Santa is, on the West Coast. It says that Santa is now just starting off in the East Coast. I was like, oh no, I can't record like even more than that, because like now that's weird. I was like, okay, how can I end this? And so what I did is I knew how it ended. I knew that NORAD would say that he's in New Brunswick, and I was like, okay. And then I went on like 15 minutes later. I was like, whoa, sick, Santa's touchdown, baby, he's at roof level, this is awesome, we just heard from NORAD. Like, I'm gonna be here like watching, and I guess I'm going to be out here for the next couple hours. And then I was like, oh, wait, is that the glow of Rudolph? But we just heard, but how can he be? But now he knows that I'm not sleeping and I'm awake, but he's here. Everyone, we got to go to bed. Good night. Good night. And that's how I ended it. I was just like, that's good. That'll roll. And when I'd come back to work on the 27th, I had seen those like text messages about the NORAD stuff. So I was like, cool. Worked out. Good plan. Easy plan for me. Success. So then we jump back to Christmas Eve. The weather is awful. It's rainy like crazy. It's still slick from the snow. And I got to run up the Malahat in a truck. And it's really foggy. Like, you can barely see the taillights in front of you, and that's it. And so I'm driving up, and I'm like, okay, this is not my favorite Malahat drive, but it's all good. I'm driving up, taking it slow. Obviously, I can't see. And the whole time I'm driving, I'm getting past like crazy. Now, I'm not going like 40 or anything. I'm going like 70, 60 in an 80 zone. But there's like huge puddles. There's still some ice. So every once in a while, I'd be driving and it'd be like, and I'd be like, oh. And I'm getting past, and I can barely see in front of me. So I wasn't necessarily white knuckling, but I was like turning up my music a little bit, just trying to like stay in my own lane. Just try to be like, Joy to the world, the Lord has come to town. And so, not my favorite, wasn't the worst Malahide experience, but it was definitely like, ugh. I eventually get up there. I think I still get up there like in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Because once you get past all of the, swervy, slidey, ricketiness, it's like chill. It's smooth sailing. I didn't have to make any stops, which was good. Get to Nanaimo. Here we go. Christmas sweater on. It's Christmas time. Christmas time in Nanaimo. We play some board games. It's all nice. We're having fun. It's like, and everybody's there. So it's like Tessa's brother, Tessa's fiance, mom, dad, me, Tessa. It's a full house of everyone. Playing board games. We're watching movies. We're just hanging out. I haven't been up there in like a really long time. Like probably since COVID hit, I hadn't been up there. So it had been a long time coming. Great to be up there. And I came up not just with me, but I had to get the truck from my parents, and they loaded up the truck with stockings for Tessa and I, plus gifts for Tessa's family, Tessa's parents. So we bring that all in. They're already looking at, Tessa's already snooping at what my parents got them, and it's like Dutch bakery stuff, and so they're excited. We're already cracking into the treats. We go to bed. I have an all right sleep. I sleep really bad when I'm not at home, and there's like ways that they notice that can maybe make it better. Like I like a nice big old pillow, and that's really the only thing you can kind of change. It's like pitch black in Tessa's room. Like we woke up Christmas Day, it was pitch black in her room, 9:30. Tessa's like, get up. It's time to go downstairs. It's Christmas. And I'm like, what? What time is it? She's like, it's 9:30. And I'm like, what the hell? I open my eyes. It's dark. How is this possible? She has like 4 layers of curtains. That's probably why it's possible. But still, I'm like, huh? I'm confused. Eventually, I like, oh yeah. What the hell? What the hell? Okay. Get up. We go downstairs. We have coffee, and then we get to the presents. We're like going. It's like one at a time. It's good. It's nice, New socks here. Undies for this person. This for that person. And they're so nice. I always appreciate that they have. I never expect anything when I go up. I'm like, we're at that age. You don't gotta like do all that. It's all good. But they still do. Feel very loved. So we open all the presents. Nothing crazy there. But then I go, oh, babe, we have our Secret Santa with my family and our stockings. And we were told that we could just open the stockings, and Secret Santa, we're just going to find a time throughout the day. So I bring out these boxes, which are our stockings from my mom and dad. Give Tessa hers, give my box. Opening. And this is where I find out my mom's played a fucking prank on me. Because I pull out the first thing. Dill pickle, spicy almonds. Cool. Yeah, whatever. Great. Boop. Pull out the second thing. Orange. Nice. Boop. Third thing. Gift card. Sweet. Nice. Fourth thing. Underwear. Nice. Love needing underwear. That's sick. Next thing. Pair of fun socks. Cool. Next thing. Pair of fun socks. Okay, two of them. Sick. Next thing. Pair of fun socks. Sweet. 3. Trifecta. Cool. Fourth thing. A pair of fun socks. Okay. What the fuck? Fifth thing. A pair of fun socks. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Tessa got like 2 pairs. And I'm like, what? I reach in again. And I go, there's no way. There's no way there's another pair of fun socks in here. Fun socks. At that point, I look to see what's left. Is it just filled with fun socks? What's going on here? Pull out 3 things of Smart Sweets. That's it. And I'm like, why did I get so many socks? And why are they all crazy? Like, they're not like neutral patterns. Actually, I'll grab them. They're not like regular. Now, I will say, I'm wearing a pair. There's a pair on my feet, so I can't really show you those ones. But like, I saw like this one, and I was like, yeah, cool, Christmas. And I got, you can wear me. Oh my God, Theo with the resub. Thanks, dude. Merry Christmas. How are you? And then I got to this one and was like, okay, that's enough socks. And then I got these ones. I was like, what? And by the time I got to this pair, I was like, what the fuck? Where did she get all these? What is the bit behind this? What is happening? And the pair that I'm wearing are called Rockstar socks. Now, I realized after all of this, I have to tell you about Tessa and I's Christmas because we did it separate. So what I found out is when I saw my parents on Boxing Day, I said to my mom, I was like, hey, thanks for all the socks, but what the fuck? Like, what was the joke? And she just starts like laughing. She was like, we kept getting them in the clinic all year. Every time I saw them, I went, that's going in your stocking. And so she stockpiled for the year for this. She had a full-on like slow burn bit that I can assume for months on end. She is snickering, just like, this is gonna be so funny. Anyways, flashback now. Christmas, we do all that. We get dressed, like life's good, you know, shower. Grandma Joan comes by in the afternoon. We hang out with her and play some board games. We do a nice Christmas dinner with like candlelight, champagne, wine, beer. It's like high class. I'm like, okay. So you're wining me and dining me tonight on Christmas. We do all that. We watch Turning Red, which I thought was great. The night before we had watched Pinocchio. Good, but I like Turning Red more. Go to bed. Boxing Day, we get up, we shower, get dressed, and we hit the road. We zip back. No big deals. Except for one thing. It's a minor thing. The coffee that we had at Tessa's parents, tasty, but tiny boy. And I need a little bit more. And I don't want to be like, make me half a pot of strong coffee and an espresso. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna enjoy what caffeine I'm given. But when we're going back, I'm like, we gotta stop. We gotta stop for coffee. I need it. So we stop at Tim's. We get breakfast. We keep driving back. And I'm like, we'll just go to Starbucks. There was a Starbucks across the way from the Tim's in Nanaimo. We go across. It's a long line. I go, forget it. Drive back down. There'll be another one. I can wait. I don't want to wait in this line. Keep going. We stop for gas. Fill up the truck. We do that. And I'm thinking like, should I just like go get like a little energy drink? Maybe I should just do that. You know, we're already stopping again. And I'm like, no. Starbucks is like 45 minutes away now. It's all good. Get back on the road. We drive down. We're getting close. And we get to it in Dunkin'. And now this Starbucks I hold close to my heart, because one time I went there and somebody was like, "Are you Quentin? Are you the Zone Ranger?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh my god, this is crazy. I listen to you all the time." And I was like, "Well." So I got a sentimental spot for the Starbucks and Dunkin'. There's a sign in the drive-thru. We're out of, and then lists all these things, and we may close early. It's like noon at this point. We take a spot. I'm not famous. We go in the parking spot. We walk up, and there's like 5 other groups of people walking up to the Starbucks. Somebody beats us, tries the first door. Ka-gunk. Tries the second door. Ka-gunk. Oh. Get back in the truck. Like, it's fine. Sure, we'll be all right. And I have to say, my head hurts a little bit. Daddy's been deprived. So much so that even now, I'm forgetting parts about Christmas that I'm going to have to jump back to, but I want to make sure we get back home before I dive back. We keep going, and we make it over halfway through the drive back, and we find out there's one place open in Mill Bay. It's called Brugo's. Very, very nice establishment. I've been there one time before. Brugo's. We go in. We see that it's open through Google. We pull up. It says they're open. They're taking an extended break in January. I go, hell yeah. Get me in there. Would love some Brugo's. Get inside. It's popping in there. It's completely filled with people. A lot of people are sitting. There's a long line. And I'm just like, I'm not waiting any longer. I'll stand in this line. It's pretty quick, actually. I get a coffee, a flat white. I get a Nanaimo bar because it looked different. And I get a peanut butter chocolate homemade protein bar. Looks delicious. Eat the Nanaimo bar. Take a sip of coffee. We get back on the road. Drive back. We give the keys to my parents because they came here and looked after the cats. Realized should have given my mom my car keys because my dad had to chauffeur. We do the whole sock bit. We move all of the presents over and like bags and whatnot from the truck to the car. Tessa takes the garbage of Tim Hortons and coffee and throws it out. We start driving home and we're like 2 minutes away, or 2 minutes leaving. And Tessa just goes, and I go, what? What did you forget? She goes, I accidentally threw out your chocolate peanut butter square with all of the other garbage. I just grabbed it and I think I put it in the garbage. And so I said, oh, the garbage outside? She goes, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. It was $5. Just text my mom and tell her to pull it out. She goes, what? I go, yeah, it's been in there for like 90 seconds. Just like text my mom and ask her to pull it out of the garbage. It's like in 4 different wrappers. It's fine. It's not weird. And she's like, I think that's weird. I'm like, I paid $5. I'm not letting it go to the garbage. We realized fast enough. All good. Just text her. And she's like, okay. So she texts my mom. She's like really taking some time of like what to say. I'm like, is everything okay? She's like, I'm just figuring out how to word this. And I go, just state what happened. Just state the facts. Like, it's my mom. Who gives a fuck? My mom. So she like sends a text, and then Tessa goes, or my mom goes in response to her, and she goes, yeah, I'll pull it out for the trash panda. And I go, oh great, cool. Now I'm branded the fucking garbage eater. Merry Christmas. Now, have I gotten that protein bar back yet? No, but I know it is safe and sound. We get home. Cats are elated to see us. So happy. We're so happy to be home with them. And that almost concludes all of Christmas. But I forgot a couple of things. Running back, we did Secret Santa. I got Tessa. I did not get her gift on time because I wanted to get her the slippers she wanted, and then the semi blizzard hit, and by the time I could get in, to get stuff. The place I wanted to go to and my backup place were both closed. So rip me, but also Tessa was like, can I just like pick my gift off my list? And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Pick whatever you want and I'll just get it for you. She's like, cool. And then my sister got me. Now I expected my sister Haley to be getting me a game because she kind of had dropped like weird gaming questions and I knew pretty quick that she had me. And we did this like draw names website where you like everybody puts their name in and then everyone makes their list and then it randomly gives you a person. So I know my sister's gotten me. I have this Amazon box from her. And I open it up and there's Death Wish coffee and I was like, sweet, I don't think that was on my list. That's cool. And then I see this thing, this absolute fucking monster of a water bottle. Because I did put on my list that I wanted a Yeti water bottle. And now you can pick like the exact one that you want. And I made this list because Tessa was like, hurry up and make your fucking list. You're delaying everything. And so I sat here and within like 12 minutes made my list. And I was like, why is this so big? Did I put that on my list? There's no way I put this on my list. This is a bit. I'm getting double bitted. My mom just did a bit with socks. My sister's doing a bit with this water bottle. And so I like check my list and I look, sure enough, the third thing on my list, Yeti 64 ounce Rambler, navy blue. Happy 1 year, Conk. Hey, thanks, man. Happy 1 year. Welcome in. I'm discussing Christmas, but please tell me about your Christmas at the same time. I put this fucking thing on my list and did not at any point do any calculations as to how big 64 ounces is. To be clear, it's about 2 liters. I used to drink big jugs like this all the time. What did I think I wanted? Just like another one of these guys, right? You know, the Yeti, just to like differentiate from the Hydro Flask one. That is not 64 ounces. It's not. No. Big bro. And then here's the little bro. Yeah. But you know what? I took it as a sign that I do a bad job of getting my recommended amount of, 2 liters of water in a day. And I said, hey, you know what? Maybe subconsciously I knew I needed the big jug bag. I used to do plastic ones. And yes, I could absolutely murder somebody with this if I were to be attacked on the side of the road. But I'm also getting in my hydration. And I fill it up once and I never think about it. Now I did say this. I said I got to figure out a way to one-hand this because I watched somebody two-hand their big jug recently and I went, oh, that looks like kind of a bitch. So I do this. This is what I do to try to make sure I don't look like an absolute baby, two-handing the bottle. I go like this. I one-hand it like this, the pinky at the bottom, and just. And then I curl it in because I know one day I'm going to wobble with it. So I pre-tuck it in like I'm a running back for the NFL. Just tuck that daddy tight with me. And my sister said the same thing. I don't know why you wanted a 64 ounce, but it was on your list. I said, And now before we did all these Christmas things in Nanaimo and all these different family members doing random bits on me, Tessa and I did our Christmas. We did our Christmas on the Wednesday because I can't math. I just, I was pressured to finish it, so I just finished. I did the list. It's fine. You know what? It's working out so far. I finished a full one of those yesterday, and I plan to finish it today. Tessa and I do our Christmas right after the gingerbread stream. And so I had gotten Tessa a big gift, and it was important to me that I got Tessa a big gift this year, because the last couple of years I haven't really been able to get her anything. You know, and that's like goes like Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day. I have been extremely strapped for cash, and I was just like, I have a chance. I want to get her something big. Not an engagement ring, because she owes me one. But I remember, so because I did this around November, like Boxing Month. Tessa usually sits on the couch here, cross stitches, and she's always watching the Apple TV. The Apple TV we had is from like probably 2012. Barely functions. You half the time it doesn't even fully work the way you want it to. It's just ancient. And I thought, oh, you know what a thoughtful gift would be? A new Apple TV. So I bought like a 2021 Apple TV, bought an Ethernet cord, so that way, you know, if she wants to hardwire it, she can hardwire it. And I was like, it'll be so nice, because like if anybody has like a modern day smart Apple TV, like anything, like, you know, it just like has everything on it. Like, it's not just like the Apple TV we were using before. It's like, hey, you can use Netflix and that's it. Where this has like everything. So I got that for her. She was surprised. I was like, hell yeah. And Tessa surprised me with one of the gifts that is currently on my feet. And she got me a bunch of gibbets for my at-home Crocs, for my fuzzy Crocs. And like a lot of them. And it features like my favorite artist, Cause. Now, not licensed, so, you know, I'm not going to say exactly where she got them from. No narcs. But it was great. And then we like did a draft of like Crocs gibbets, and then we put them on our respective Croc. Can you guess which one's mine? I don't want to know which one's nicer, because I don't want my ego to be hurt too much. I'm left. I'm this one. No, you're left. Your left or my left? Left foot or right foot? Flip it this way. My left, your left. No, the other. This one. Viewer left. This one. 1, 2. Yeah, that one. 1, 2. 1. Oh, this one. No, that was Tessa's foot, actually. But that was all of Christmas. Oh my god! After all that, listen, it worked. We got there. That was Christmas. It was great. It was nice to have some time, I guess, away. I'm still working like the same amount. I didn't lose any hours, which is fine, but like this week has been a bit of a chaos week. But yeah, it was nice. It was a nice Christmas. Nice Christmas. And today we're just like back to back to back on things, but I feel like that's okay. Spin a good yarn about it. What pays the bills at night? Now, I really only had 2 plans for today's stream. One was that Christmas recap, which I don't know how it took so long, but it sure did. But the other thing that I wanted to do was go over New Year's, because we don't, for the first time in our history, we are not having a New Year's Eve stream, because I am stuck working until 1 a.m. And I don't think that going live at 2 a.m. sounds like fun. But last year, much like this year, I did make goals for myself. Now, I'm gonna have to read off my goals for last year for you from here and tell you which ones I completed. My 2022 goals. I really actually should have written these down instead of doing this, but here we are. Number 1, YouTube monetization on main. That did not get complete. Goal number 2, sell artwork. That did get completed. Shout out Conk. Shout out ZTD. Both bought pieces of art. Number 3, make merch start to finish. The cloud collection, which is still available. I did that. I made it all myself, including a whole website. So that was sick. So that was a check mark. Number 4, verified on one platform. I did try on Instagram and they said no because I didn't put a lot of effort into it, if I gotta be honest. I had tried many times for Instagram to be verified, and usually it wouldn't submit. So the one time that it did submit, I had put 0 effort because of what I'd done before. So anyways, that's not it. Number 5, financially stable. Now, at the beginning of the year, I was, much like people still are, struggling really hard. My only hope was to be in a stable position. And at the time I made this list, I was still planning on being in school. We dropped out of school. Luckily, I made the right decision and we are financially stable. I do not stress like I did at the beginning of the year about money. That is a plus. Because of that lack of stress, we have done less cheesy sponsored streams. I've been very picky about those things. So that's great. That was a check mark off the list. Pay back my parents. I owed my parents money, for everything, and I paid them back, which was a big surprise. And I had gotten a big lump sum of money, which came out of a sad thing, but I'm happy that in their honor, I was able to do some good with it, like pay back a lot of loan and do a little good with it. So sick. Nice. Content upload schedule and fight shape, no migraines. The doctor has confirmed that I am not in fight shape, so that didn't happen. And a regular upload schedule did not happen. I did make strides to try, but did not get there. A lot closer than I did a year ago. So kind of great, but that was 2022. So with all that being said, what is 2023? What are the goals and aspirations and things like that? Well, for the first time in my life, second time in my life, I wrote it down to share with you. Not just as a way of like maybe being held responsible, but maybe I'll inspire you or vice versa. So here is the 2023 goals. Number 1, much like last year, is YouTube monetization on main. And yes, but I agree, dropping out was the right call. This stays the same, but this feels a lot closer than it did a year ago. A year ago, I was nowhere close. It felt very out of reach. But I'm halfway there. So this is so fancy. It's just a Google Doc. When I made that goal about YouTube monetization, I was like down here. I'm halfway there. So I have a real incentive to make a push. Realistically, I know it's for the end of the year, but considering where the first bump came from to get us here, I feel like I have until like September. So that's a big goal, and that's important because I have all these goals, but this overarching theme to 2023 for me is about balance and stability. Balance in my life and stability, that I can be the non-factor while Tessa goes and does incredible things going for her masters. I do not want to be the reason to hold her back anyway, and I do not want to be any cause of stress for her. So that's like the goal. Now, fun fact, last year we uploaded 56 videos, 35 shorts, and 21, because there's still one more video coming, 21 regular videos. That's not bad for being an overtime full-time student, part-time worker. That's pretty good, I'd say. That's a pretty good stretch. But for 2023, the goal is 40 regular uploads. I didn't write regular. Which breaks it down in a way that I thought was both pushing forward, but also balance. Because there's 52 weeks in a year. If I upload at one a week, I have wiggle room to take breaks. And I think that's important. It kind of flows in to this one, but I'm going to skip past it for a hot second to get to this one. And the goal is to have 3 collaborations. I feel like I've been very much on my solo dolo in my own lane, and there are many great people around that we interact with and that I want to interact with, and it's time to quit being you know what I mean? Speaking of collabs, I would love to help. Hell yeah. Easy breezy. Also, Nigel, welcome. How are you? I should have categorized these, but I really wrote them on the fly. So that and that plus that. Now, here's where we take a dip. A lot of these goals as well are not just like hit X number, do X thing. Goal 3, a balanced health and lifestyle. Much like before, being in a position where, you know, I'm not getting migraines, but also, you know, not stressing and living, you know, not, I have a terrible thing of getting locked in to work and things. And I forget a lot of other things, and I'm really bad at that. And I'd like to, at this point, be better, being able to do the things I want to do, but also see friends and go to events and all that stuff. Not too bad. I've been busy with holiday stuff. Speaking of which, Merry belated Christmas. Merry belated Christmas to you. The holidays are definitely busy. I feel that. And so this is like the theme of the year. And that leads into this, which probably sounds kind of weird. And it's not feeling guilty about canceling streams or spreading myself too thin, which in a way could cancel out some of these goals. But hear me out for a second. You don't know this. Anytime I cancel a stream, I feel so bad. Like I'll be with Tessa and I'll be like, I think I might have to cancel the stream because of like, either I need to like do this thing for video, or like I'm just feeling like not into it. And I'm just like, I think I had to cancel the stream, but like I'm so consistent, and like I feel bad when I'm not consistent. You literally stream on your days off. Like it's fine. Like it's okay. And I'm like, and then I do it. And I'm like, oh, you piece of shit. How could you? You could stream. You could fucking do it. But it's funny because on the other hand, you know, I think everyone has experienced this. You go into a stream you haven't been to in a while, and somebody's like, oh, sorry, I haven't been around. And you're like, oh, it's all good. Life is life. And I recognize that, and that needs to be a two-way street, and that I need to also be like, hey, some days I just want to have a day off, and you're not a bad person. You're not going to lose all your progress because you want a day off. So I'm learning to, or 2023 will be about learning to accept that and to not feel bad about being like, hey, I need a night off. I'm not feeling it. I've seen streamers in the moment do it. Like big streamers be like an hour and a half in and be like, you know what, guys, I'm just not feeling it, and then stream. And I'm like, I gotta be like that. I gotta understand that sometimes I just need a breather. And that's why part of some of the number goals are built into that. Like 3 collabs and 40 regular video uploads are built in a way that are achievable without sacrificing this need to be offline and to experience things and to have breaks. So I wrote it down and I put it on stream, which will now live in a video format forever. So that way I actually do it. It's the reason why I've been doing YouTube is not streaming, been able to record on my own time and such. Exactly. And as much as I'd love all my ideas to come from streaming, they don't. In fact, the video that I have releasing for this week could not be done on stream. And so with less streams and not feeling guilty about that, but still being excited, focusing on quality streams. If I'm going to cut the quantity, I want to bring the quality up. You know, I want people to be excited, whether that's different events or games or things. I think a great way to push myself will be to think of ways to make the stream a higher quality that is no longer production, because I think that that's where people focus, and that's obviously where I have focused a lot, is making the production quality tip-top shape. But just because you got all gear doesn't mean you're putting out quality. And I definitely know there's some streams where it feels like we're fucking skating. So the goal is more quality streams. How do we do that? Definitely a couple of ways. These collaborations I would love to do on stream, so that way we get that. I would love another charity stream this year. Shark Week was sick. It felt like spur of the moment, but Shark Week was a lot of fun. And I noticed on some people's recaps, it was like one of their top watched games for some reason. And it was because of Shark Week, and we raised some money, and I'd like to do that again. I'd like to do another big, grand charity stream. So that's the goal, to do at least one. Usually we've done a couple little ones, but I'd like to do one big one. Somebody goes for some something like this. Hey, inspo. I'm your hashtag inspo right now. Get writing. Google Doc it. Just fucking rip them out. Just rip out what you're thinking, because you can always fix them. And this one I put in because I got my Steam recap, and like we played a lot of fun games. Sekiro was in this year. Sekiro wasn't, sorry, I'm lying to you. Dark Souls 3 we were just finishing up. Elden Ring. I don't remember the rest, but we were rocking some good games. I mean like Maneater counts. I wonder if you can find it somewhere. Golf with Friends. Golf with Friends is great. I want to see if I can find it. Steam 2022 recap. Here, I just want to see if I can pull it up, because it was so fascinating. I'm signing in. Hold on. Oh, I should have scanned. Sorry, I'm getting an email. I have goals just not written down. We should write them down. I took that from Ludwig on his "Do you want to be a streamer" video, which I think is a little dated now, but he was like, write it down somewhere, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's write it down. I forget things all the time. I hope this is actually it. 0 minutes ago. Perfect. Cry out for mommy. Oh, here we go. I got it. Castle Crushers? I think I've seen that somewhere. Here's the recap. Now, I shit you not, almost all of this is from stream. Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Multiverses. Skip. The monthly breakdown. Skip that all though. I wanted to get to. Oh, is it not in this one? Oh, here we go. Grid by month, which of course is in an awkward position. Dark Souls, Pogo Stuck, and Jackbox. Oh, you're welcome. A couple of years has been so nuts with big highs and lows. I'm just hoping for a stable year. That's fair. Hey, stability is a great thing to strive for. Elden Ring was great. It Takes Two was fun, a little glitchy. Then we tried Resident Evil and had a lot of fun with it, obviously. I bounced around this year a lot. Like this, you could tell I was pretty plotted out with what I wanted up until around here. This is where I'm searching. I was stalling for a lot of this. Like, oh, like I know the force is coming. We've been waiting almost since the infancy of streaming for the sequel to come out, right? We get into Village and Biohazard. This is around the time. This was for Daddy. This is around the time where I got all of the Resident Evils on sale and we started random ratings, and that's kind of it. And so one of the goals is to revisit a game with a twist. And I always struggle to go back to games like Elden Ring, which are huge and can obviously have replays, but I never know what to do to make it exciting for what I'm going to call a P1 viewer. Someone who's always here. How do I make it exciting for that person on top of everyone else? And sometimes I just need to get away from all of that and just do like what is fun to me. What sounds like a fun thing. Because around here is when I'm like low-key panicking. I'm like, oh my God, I'm focusing too much on the numbers. My viewership's down. Oh my goodness, things have opened up. Like, is that it? Like, is this a decline? Is this it? Like, nobody's really around anymore. And then like around here, I'm like, fuck all this noise. If I'm not having fun, people don't want to watch a guy not have fun. So if I'm not having fun, they're not having fun. And that's when we hit this sort of, I feel like a stride again. So I want to go back to something like Sekiro or Elden Ring and think of something new to do in there. Something fun, some sort of challenge. Maybe even go back to Pokemon. Oh, the days of the Mon, am I right? Oh, the days of the Mon. These were fun times. And even though it's not on there, like part of that goal is to have fun. Did I hear Pokemon? We'll see. And then my final goal for this year, I just wrote that down so I'd remember. Still not a bad number, hey? Not a bad number for the year. The last bit is to grow the Discord. This dormant thing. I thought about niching down. See, this is where I'm a bad boy. I fucking hate niching down. I hate it so much. I am more willing to slog through the trenches in a slow build than to niche down. Because I know the second you niche down, you can see a nice little pop, but the day you want to switch out, what the fuck? It just like... And you know what? There's actually some light evidence that me doing what I want to do is actually successful. And it comes actually in my most successful videos. This one, and this one. And to an extent this one. But these top four all came from me being like, I just want to fucking make them. Like I was just like, instead of trying to like, am I a gamer guy? No, not really. I'm not the best gamer guy. Am I a good talker guy? Like, I guess so. Yeah. I can be a good talker guy. And specifically with the Pepe lore video, this video I made because I wanted to. I had the question. I did all the research. I made the video. I put it up, and in the first 4 days, it had like 10 views. And I was like, what the fuck? But eventually it found an audience, and it led to where we are today. Same with this one, and this one, and this one. And to me, that was like, oh shit, I had fun making this. I had so much fun making this. And I had fun making this. And obviously I had fun with all of these. I wanted to make these, and I made them without thinking about analytics and anything else. I don't think you have to niche down to like how I do things, but have a bread and butter. Well, okay, well then to a sense in my playlist then I do. I'm niched. Don't look at that. In a way I've niched down, and I did a little poll around here to figure that out. And this like sealed the deal for me in here. For all 7. But I guess my bread and butter is like commentary and gameplay. And that's probably a pretty accurate reflection of everything. Like, I'm not the greatest game player, so we do things like this. And you know, I guess I have things that people want to hear, so I do things like this and this and this. And I guess this. I don't know if I really count that one. There it is. So I'm gonna grind it out, but I think the key to all of that for me is to have fun with what I'm doing. If you have fun, people want to come have fun with you. I'm a good storyteller. You good content. Great goals, man. Thanks. Wait, we didn't even get into the last one. Grow the Discord. Because this dormant fucking thing, which I think about all the time when I'm laying in bed. I want to find the perfect balance to this Discord where it's fun and people like chit-chatting. Theo, I think people love chit-chatting in yours, and I love that. So angry, I know. I love, listen to me, I want a Discord that pops off just enough that you don't want to mute notifications. You know what I mean? It pops off enough that people are chit-chatting and you know, hanging out and shit. You know, maybe we're vibing in here, but it's not too much. You just like mute it. You're like, ugh. That's the goal. How do I get there? I don't really know, but I might start asking instead of being not prideful, but just like, I think Cosmic Wolf is a great example of someone who has grown a great community for himself. And I remember he said, I think in your stream, Theo, about the grind he put into Discord to make that happen. And I think that's what I would like to do. I would like to have a place for people to chit chat or do whatever, but you know, it's not too crazy. Not me thinking I need to work on my Discord. Your Discord's great. Your Discord pops off. I always be here in your Discord. Mine is feeling dormant. And I want to change that. Because I feel bad even just being like, meet Morp on live and then never like doing anything in here. But also feeling stupid if I like say something and don't hear anything. There's probably videos. I'm very curious. And I'm trying to lean into things that I'm not good at. And now that is all the goals for 2023. Bud, you may now congratulate me. Thank you. That's kind of it. It's an overarching theme of having fun and being balanced in my life, but also pushing myself in ways that could lead to happiness, fulfillment, and success. Will I be crushed if I don't get YouTube monetization again? Not necessarily. I think if I don't get it this year or next year, sorry, but this is looking close, you know, like this needle moves to like here at the end of it all. Like, I'm pretty happy with that. What was that? We get 3 collabos, but not all 3 make it to YouTube. All good. To me, it's important to have 3 collabs. I see people that collab every week. Every week. And collaborations is a real art form to me. When I look at it, I'm like, man, You got to try not to talk over each other. You gotta manage a bunch of different things. You got to make it right, and you got to have a good dance partner. You got to do all these different things. But when they work, and when they don't work, they still kind of work. So I'm just excited to try all those things. I'm excited to be healthier. I'm excited to drop a little bit of weight. And that's why I wrote balanced lifestyle or health and not just like be thin, because like I've been thin and I've been thick and like neither of them are great. So I just like to be in the middle. I just like to be middle guy. Great stuff. Support 100%. Thank you. I've had a better rating on there, but you know, maybe we'll just get that naturally. And I have one more video for this year that is almost done. Extra media me. Yeah. You guys want to see the thumbnail? I don't know if you know this. I workshop my thumbnails like almost 10 times sometimes. Where'd I put it? I think it's here. Like this is so dumb. The I got sick video, which was not supposed to be a big deal, that I made 5 different thumbnails. I made 5 different versions. Because I was like, at least the thumbnail should be good. Do I still use the previewer? I do. I always use it. Always. Look at Bayonetta. Bayonetta had 4 different versions. And some of these are just like god awful. And that's kind of like the point sometimes. This 4, usually 4. This was my mom's idea. 4. There is one where I actually only did 1 because I left instead of like filling this up, I just left it in Adobe. Where is it? Should be under C. Wait, let me find it. What if I didn't save it there? Oh, I'd be sad. Thumbnails can make or break a video. It's crazy that you say that because Pepe Lore had 3 different versions. And I don't remember why I picked the one that I did. Will it show all 3? It will. Wait. I'm going to show you all 3. So this was the first one. This was the second one, and I almost went with this one. And then the one that I ended up doing was this third one. But I loved this one so much, like this portion, that I originally tried to make it the whole thing somehow because I thought it was so schmazzy and was like, whoa. This one I had unblurred for a while and had moved it around. I mean, there's a bunch of moving just in general. Like this guy moved around. This did a few different things, but yeah. And I think Tessa said something like, I don't really recognize all 3, but I recognize this one. And that's the only one I recognize. And I was like, all right, well, it's in the video. I think that's why I picked it. It was wild. Now I want to know where I saved that other one. Where did I save this week's? Oh, no. Or maybe I didn't export it. Oh, I didn't export it. I'm a little liar pants. I'll show it to you, though. Oh, actually, no, this is great. This is actually really good because I can show you all the different versions I made of this week's. Because I went through 4 or 5 different versions before I just kind of stumbled upon the one that I'm going to use. And that's always fun. Thumbnails is a different beast. I always start with a thumbnail. I don't even do anything else until the thumbnail's done. But I did 4 versions for this week's video. This was version 1. Okay, we got a heavy video this week. This was version 2. because I thought the first one wasn't colorful enough. Version 3, which still, you know, kind of did what 2 was doing, because I thought this was maybe too crazy. None of those I'm using. Because then I kind of fell into the one that I'm going to use, and I showed it to Tessa, and she's like, oh, that's the one. This is the one. Can I still wear Yeezys? That's this week's video. A video that I almost didn't make. And a video that I went back and forth like 5 different times on. A lot of different times on. Good choice. I thought so, because, you know, here's the thing. Because you think about where the timestamp sits, right? Probably down here. This is the cleanest one, even if it gets scrunched at its tiniest to here. And again, this week's video was one that I almost didn't make, because this is light spoilers. It doesn't have a real answer. And I hate when I do that. Like, I love a good definitive answer, you know? Who made Pepe lore? Here it is. Definitive answer. Creator of Yeezy is a piece of poop? Oh, I'll cover it all. Don't leave me hanging. I'm leaving you hanging. I recorded it today. And the first time I recorded it, about an hour before I had to be at work, I didn't have my microphone connected. And I had to re-record everything. And then it worked, so it's all good. Yeah, I used to work the opposite way. Nigel, I used to work how you worked, where I would make the video first and then the thumbnail. But now I go opposite. When I watch his interviews, I have. But again, I almost didn't make the video. A lot of the times I was like, I don't know the answer. Is it past? Part of me was like, is it past? Is it over? Should we not be doing it? You don't want to make anybody upset. But do I still debate with that same question every day? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I have 4 pairs, man. Every day I think about it. Every day when I put on a pair of shoes, I think about if I'm allowed to wear these. And that concludes my presentation. Drake's in chat. Nice. I love when you pay your bill early and then they owe you money. Good content creator, good human. You don't need permission. And then Bud's clapping. So anyways, that's all I really had planned. That was my whole kit and caboodle. Part of me thought Tessa would be home by now and I'd have the car. But I don't. So now we just get to just hang, you know? We just get to be hanging girls. Theo. Oh, Nigel with the prime. Hey, thanks, man. Drake's in chat for the primer. 10 months? And you're revamping your own Discord? Your Discord's a beast. Oh, actually, no, there's one more thing I want to talk about. One more final thing. And it was growth for me, but also, you know, it was just growth for me, but also it was really fun, so I want to share it with you. I played a game just for me, start to finish. No, that's Drake's. That's Drake's because every time I think of a game, I'm like, okay, so what's the next game for stream? Oh, stream game. And I never think about me game. And I played High on Life. High on Life was so fun. I'm also glad I didn't stream it because there's so much dialogue going on. Like, it's hard to get a word in. Like, if you tried to do it, I'm sure there's ways. Obviously people do it, but like, I didn't want to interrupt any of the dialogue ever. I always wanted to go until it wouldn't let me talk to an NPC anymore. And I had so much fun, and I played half the game absolutely stoned, and it was so blissful. and so fun. And I had one idea on one night, because there's like 4 different movies in the game. There's one that they license that is like a bit and that is known, but there's like 3 or 4 others. I have the list. I pulled up the list. No, I'm gonna pull it up. Movies in High on Life. And I almost wanted to do a stream where we just watched one of the movies in the game to find out if you get a copyright strike or anything. And the one movie that I wanted to do, because I knew it had no commentary attached to it, was called Tammy and the T-Rex. I've only seen the beginning. But I want to show you the poster. Wait, what? Says Bud. Tammy and the T-Rex. Huh? No, wait. I'm going to pull up the IMDb because this is the crazy part. When I was playing, I think I watched the beginning like 4 different times. One time because in the beginning, 2 people get into a fight and they grab their junk. They each grab each other's junk. And like, that's how the fight ends. But the cast. I was like, oh, I think that's Denise Richards. And then the second one, when I saw Paul Walker, I went, wait, is that Paul Walker? Wait a minute. What the fuck? It's so random. I've seen this scene so many times. Well, not that exact part, but I've seen that a lot of times. Haven't seen that. I'm seeing spoilers now. And I thought that would be so funny to see if that would work. I think I have to start a new playthrough to get there. But I don't know. High on Life was like, do not play at max settings. And I was like, ooh. So I don't know if it'll crush my computer or crush the stream. Hopefully not, but I still might try it. Yeah, High on Life was fun. I played it on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, I would recommend it. It was perfect. Wasn't too hard. I felt like I could unwind and giggle. I think I played on like regular difficulty anyways. I never felt really lost. It was just fun. And I think I don't know what the actual price of it is. And now I want to look to see if there's any sort of, if that would sway me. Because me playing on Game Pass, I'm like, yeah, sick. $14. Is it a $70 game? It's a great question. Is High on Life a $70 game? Well, was Resident Evil Village a $70 game? I mean, like it was, but did it feel like it? So I'm looking because I played 13 hours. On Resident Evil, we played 13 hours, right? So taking in now more gameplay does not mean it's a better game. To me, I think is there a sick balance between like this game wasn't too short and this game wasn't too long. It was just right for the price. I'd say yeah. It's like a little hesitant. I'd say like, you know, if you've avoided some fun spoilers, keep avoiding them. Like that's what always kept me to keep playing is like I keep seeing spoilers on TikTok and I don't want the jokes to be spoiled. So if you've been spoiler free, I'd say yeah, grab it. if you've seen a couple of things spoiled, like it wouldn't hurt to wait to see if it goes on sale. If you're willing to wait that long. I don't think anything is like you miss out the longer you wait. So yeah. Or just like fucking, you know, just get Game Pass and like don't even think about it. It's $14 now. It's a $14 game, baby. And honestly, I would actually play it again just to watch all the movies in it. Wish listed. Yeah, that's right. I said that right. I don't know if it's a spoiler. Like they have different like real actors played the different guns. And I had a moment where I went, oh shit, is that so and so? And then they said another line. I was like, I think that's so and so. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, it is. I love them. I love them so much. They're my favorite. I had a moment like that, and I think that's what I really enjoyed. There's a lot of like hidden things, hidden bits and stuff, and I think that's like the whole charm of it. The gameplay is solid, but it's not like, whoa, revolutionary. I think it's the bits that they put in. And I know there's things that I missed, and like the collectibles, you know, you can have a little collectathon if you want. Yeah, fun times. If you're the type of person that likes to unwind with safe drugs, hey, knock yourself out. I think that was part of what made it fun, because I used it as like my full unwind, my full clock out. This is like, I'm not doing anything. Pop a gumbo, put on the game, I'm out. That's it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing any more work. I'm shutting down. Brain's going off. And I definitely found myself a lot of times just like slowly exploring, looking for different things, enjoying like the little soundtrack in each level, getting lost in like because there's so many bits going on. Like there's like constant TVs going. So like, you know, sometimes you're watching like old Justin Roiland like cartoons. And so like sometimes I just find myself just like staring. Rust? Oh yeah. I remember when Rust was popping, my PC was not ready for it. And and so I didn't get to play Rust. But I guess I could play Rust now. Part of this is like, because I have this document. If there's games or things you want to see for 2023, this is your time to field them. Because like, you know, I always have ideas because I always look at what's on sale. And my wish list is always growing. Like, what are some games I want to play for stream? Rust. Okay, I'm going to add Rust to the list. Choo Choo Charles, I want to play. I don't think it'll take very long, but Choo Choo Charles excites me. Sons of the Forest, expected February of this year. You play for sure. I still remember when we played The Forest together. Actually, I should just show you this. It's not a secret. You can find it. Choo Choo Charles, yes, I would love to actually play Choo Choo Charles. The store is closed. I have the alpha for. I can't navigate it yet, so not really worth it. Sons of the Forest, February. And I swear, if it gets pushed back again, I'm gonna definitely find it on fucking what happened. But I'm gonna be patient, and if I have to upgrade a PC part to stream it, I will. Totally see you making an episode on Rust of your adventures. Yeah, I'd love to watch some Rust videos. Love to, because it's kind of like Minecrafty, right? This will be fun. No idea. Beast Inside would be a sick one-off. This looked fun. Upgrade for a game. I love it. I did that to do Elden Ring, bud. I was committed for Elden Ring. I was right with my Gambit, because I needed to buy a new GPU, and I was just like, I gotta get it. And I did, and it worked out well. So I'm willing to double down on that again. I have been looking at a new monitor. The one that I use over here, I think I've said this before. has really great colors, is like 15 years old. Uses like the screw-in displays, which limited my GPU options when I upgraded. So I would like a new one, but I want to take the one that I look at for games and move it to a second and get one that is both. I want my cake and eat it too. You know, I want it to be, you know, good, fast hertz, but I also want the colors to be good and accurate for doing editing. And it's really hard to have both of those without spending a lot of money. Now I think I found a balance. I think I found one that's pretty good, but it's not a necessity. So I sit on my hands like a good boy. Hylix 2, I loved playing the first one. When we got that recommendation and we played it, I actually had a lot of fun. Not an unreasonable request for money. I would like to play Hylix 2. I liked the first one. I don't know how anybody else felt about it. I thought it was so trippy. And the second one is still like more trippy. I would like to play that. And now, okay, this is actually, you know, from here, there's like some things and some non-things. Some things I save so I don't forget. But this one is actually a real contender, and I want some real feedback. Final Fantasy VII. This game is usually $100. For the first time in my life, I could probably get it at like, you know, let's say 60 all in. Nah, like 70 all in. It's short. This is the complete one. I did watch it before you buy. This is the intergrade remake, which I think is supposed to put all of it together, because I think originally it was just 7 and it was like a portion of the first one, or a portion of the game. But real talk, what's our thoughts? Would you be like, if you saw a title, I'm the new Cloud? So dumb. Is this raising any eyebrows? Is this an eyebrow raiser at all? We got until the 5th. To me, this was always an eyebrow raiser. It sounds fun. It's maybe like half the game when it was first released. If that has the whole game prepared for feels. I played the original when I was like 6 or 7 and never got far in it, but do remember. Opening scene and like that's about it. But as we finish random ratings, because we are about halfway done, I am not looking necessarily for another series, but you know, always looking for the next one. When one part happened, I cried. Cried on stream before. I'll do it again. I'll probably field it in the Discord as well. But you're here, so you get first say and a bigger say. That's my opinion. If you're here in stream, you get a bigger opinion. People really recommend it. It looks like fun. Twice the votes. Oh yeah, bud. So do you? What's your vote? What's your vote, bud? Bud, what's your vote? Tell the class your vote. Finding out Ash was leaving Pokemon, I was sad. You know what? I'm kind of impressed it took that long. I don't know if that's a hot take. 25 years of just Ash? I call it impressive. Stop staring at me, please. I stopped. I stopped. I guess that a lot of that would fill up our list. It would fill up the year. We do the Forest, Rust, and then a couple one-offs with the Beast Inside, Hylix, and then I guess the next big one would be Final Fantasy, and some game we revisit next year. You almost cried? You should have. You should just let it out. Just weep. Oh, I can get rid of Undertale because it's now on it's on Game Pass. Dude, I want a Game Pass sponsor. I didn't write a sponsor because I didn't want to go through all that, but I remember my sister asked me that. If I could have a sponsor, what would I want? I think Game Pass would be the best sponsor. I use it. It's good. Cleaned my keyboard today. Oh, it feels so good to touch now. And also work got a clickety-clack computer or friggin' keyboard. I walked in and like, okay, the keyboards at work, there's 3 in the control room. They're like membrane, flat, Logitech, nothing. Like, who cares? I walked in today to this RGB mechanical keyboard and I was like, what the heck? This is sick. And then I was trying to type on it while somebody was doing the news. And I felt bad because I don't think that they necessarily got the best one for the job. Like, it feels good. Metal base, right? White light underneath. Nice click clack sound. But that's kind of the problem, is it click clacks with a little bit of tactile feel. So I was like trying to respond to somebody like, your song's coming up, and I felt like I was just like taking the microphone or taking the keyboard, going to their microphone and just like boop, 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 boop. But also I don't want them to take it away, so I'm not going to say anything. The creator of Undertale did some of the music for the new Pokemon games. Oh, Undertale's got a good soundtrack. I gotta make Chemo Season 3 a little bit longer. I gotta go through this list. Yeah. Anyways, those are just some extra bonus thoughts that you got. And I'm saving the list. Hey, if you make a list, hey, real talk. If you make a list, slide on the Discord, or you know what? Slide on my DMs. If you want somebody to hold you accountable, I'll check in with you. We can check in. Hey, it's not like Sigma grinds out, let's get this bread, but it's just like, hey, if you need somebody to check in on you, let's do it. I was thinking about that with like personal trainers. You know, at some point, you know enough about working out that you know what to do. But sometimes it's nice just to have somebody there to hold you accountable. When at work in control, mechanicals aren't right for a control room. But just pretend I didn't say any of that. Don't go into the control room, look at it, start hitting buttons, and then go tell engineering that we don't need it. Because like, here's the thing, like 9 times out of 10, we don't have 2 people in there. And when I say 9 times out of 10, I mean for me, like for me. So I would love a little clickety clack. What about silent red keyboards? They already bought it. They're not going to go look at the switches and fix it. It's in there. I almost did rip off a keycap to find out what switches were inside. Like on stream, I use browns. I love a good tactile feel. But I feel like those are blues. They sound clicky. It'll be there for 25 years. That's what I think about, because it's like it's like a lit up, you know, it's like RGB, right? So like the bottom is backlit in white, and I can't imagine it getting all gross and disgusting and still having that light there in like 20 years. It's a Logitech. Logitech is like, you know, I'd call it like a titanium gray base plate, white light underneath, full sized. So unusual for that office. Yeah, I'm really begging for no complaints. Or else we're just gonna switch with next door, and then they get 2 new nice keyboards. We're 5 years behind on every tech. Well, better than being yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I agree. I saw Mark using Vox Pro yesterday. I almost made fun of him for it. And then I remembered that that's my boss and I can't make fun of him. like that. They should get some Shure some 7Bs. We have Newmans that are like $2,000. I don't think we should have Shures in there. Oh no. What are they buying? Newman what? Yeah, they're expensive. I remember when we got them, it was like the first thing that was said to us by engineering. They're like, this microphone is $2,000. Don't break it. And you're like, and then you're like, okay, well, how do I talk into it? And then engineering is like, you have to do it just like this. I forgot if they're good, but I forget they're good. Where's the butt go in? I looked it up on your stream once before. Yeah, I know. That's why I thought we might remember, the two of us, but I don't. They're good. They're nice. They pick up everything within reason. I actually learned the other day that I didn't know this, because I think the studios were rebuilt like what, 4 years ago now. That sounds about right. 2018 I think is when we rebuilt them. And they put in new mixing boards, right? Big, huge. And I didn't know this, but every person can have their own profile, and I only learned this a couple weeks ago. And having your own profile means you can EQ your voice. And I didn't know I could do that at work. I think you're right. Yeah, I think TLM 103. I'll take a picture of it tomorrow, so I'll never forget. I didn't know I could I heard that and I was like, God, I hate my voice. I hate listening to me on the radio. I don't hate it, but sometimes I'm like, that's what I sound like. That's it. I didn't know I could put a little zest in my shit. I don't know how. I have to ask engineering probably. Because sometimes it'll say like a certain profile. Like I always see commonly CKKQ middays or something like that, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. But now I'm like, oh, I can have my own profile, which means I think you can probably set like your own settings for everything a little too much. But if I could take a moment to EQ my voice, oh, it sounds so good. Because for the first year I worked, coming back, working at a different station than I did before, I would get calls about how my voice sounded. Not like being like, you sound like shit, get off the air. But what I'd get is like, you need to smoke some more. You gotta smoke more, and you gotta start drinking some whiskey. You got a little baby voice on you. You gotta man that up. You know what I mean? You gotta sound like me. And I always laugh because that is funny. But imagine if I could just, if I could just EQ my voice like I do here. Oh, but you didn't know I EQ'd it here, did you? Fun fact. You guys, listeners, they're sweet. I enjoy them. Listen, everybody's been nice to me. Or 1,000 at Tom Lee's. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that sounds about right. And there's 4. I think there's 8 in total between the two stations. Hey, Portal music again. How's this on shuffle? Ruh-roh, ads are coming. I'm gonna close all these tabs, I think, about my presentation. I think we're good on it. Thought they're 1,800. I think they bought them new and they went down in price. Which I guess, now that I'm saying that out loud, that's not how that works. It's without all the trimmings. The other game or the other movies, just in case you wanted to know, in High on Life is Blood Harvest, Vampire Hookers, and Demon Wind. One of these gives you an achievement. We did new. I feel like the arms aren't long enough, but I don't want to tell them that. A couple occasions I'll pull on the arm and I'll be like, oh, that's it. Because I want it closer. Gonna fly, Q. Love you much. Good chatting. Bye, bud. Love you. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Go say bye, bud. And he's lurking. Did I save this? I think it auto saves. Oh. Trouble's home, everyone. Watch out. Here she is. Hello. What's that? What's in your other hand? Where'd you go? Your favorite. Nice. Very nice. We're just vibing over here. We're big vibe guys. I did a whole presentation. Yep. Nigel says hi. Tessa says hi. Realize we both have shirts. I picked mine up a couple months ago? 2 months ago? 3 months ago? 2 months ago. I rented it for September and then bought, or rented it for October and then bought in November because it went on sale and I was enjoying it. I do have a Sure Daddy. I wasn't gonna switch, but I was getting really annoyed with my recordings. It's the only reason I considered switching. Is I was getting really annoyed with recording and the street was busy and having to redo lines or find out after the fact. And I'd just be like, no, why? So yeah, I upgraded and then I waited. Yeah, no. I've been using the same arm since the beginning. The blue Yeti arm or whatever it's called. It's all right. I think if I were, I don't know if I'd want a road arm. I think I'll just go until his arm breaks or it gets me really mad and then I'll switch to whatever's cheapest. This one's fine. It's just like, you know, it's still like a little shaky sometimes. I know the road's like a classic, but I didn't feel the need to upgrade all of it. Like the arm still works. As you probably hear that knocking, apologies. The arm still works. Bang, 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 bang. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. That was really all I had planned. I had nothing else planned. I wanted to sort of run through all of that and just see where it took us. But hold on. Pause the phone. I think where is it? Where is it? Oh, hello, boy. No, I don't want to be Stream Cat. Be easier to get him from the other side. It's a little boy guy. Oh, my little fat son. My deemed by the vet as fat boy. Great to see ya. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just want food like my sister. You ate all your food, Chub Chub. None for you. Okay, yeah. It's time to do. I've almost done 100 raids. After this ad break, we're going to raid, which will be raid 98, and I want to see if we can get to 100. But I guess I'll start it now, so that when people come back, it's all Gucci. And I know exactly who I want to raid. I know exactly who. And I'm going to do it right this time. because I did it wrong last time. Well, team, great final stream of the year. Hope you feel a little inspoed, a little inspired maybe. Thanks for hanging out. The next stream in the new year will be the 4th. Like, we'll be back on the usual schedule. So I'm really only gone for like an extra day. So not a really big deal. Until then, we're rating the Cosmic Wolf, as we were talking about him earlier. And he's playing Elden Ring, so it's like a perfect match. He's a sweet guy. So until next year, aka just next week. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hearing all my goals. Hopefully you have some goals. Hopefully you feel excited and inspired. I'm gonna maybe try to get groceries in time. Or not. Either way. Thanks. Really appreciate you hanging out. Bye.